Hi, good morning. So I just woke up actually. I'm still in my, I don't know, sleeping clothes or something like that you call it. Yeah. So it's a nice morning today and I really want to share this to you guys. Yeah, I've been thinking about this since yesterday actually, but I just got a time now, so there you go. So what I'm going to share today is actually about life goals. But this video is gonna be about purely like my experience. So yeah, so it's not based on any research or something like that, but it's based on my opinion and my experience. So yeah, let's start this. I don't know if this is gonna be like a very short video. It's gonna be a long video. I'm not sure because I don't have I haven't prepared anything for this, but it's just in my head, so just let it flow, right? Yeah. So I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start with what is actually life goals. So I've been thinking about this, and some people, including me, when I was a kid, and when I was in my teenage teenage, yeah. So yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that life goals is something that I want to do when I grew up. So I don't really have that concept in my mind about what is actually life goals. Is it like a job? Is it like, just it's like an abstract concept still. What is that? And yeah, so I thought that life goals is something that I want to do when I grew up. So yeah, I thought like, okay, so being a teacher is my life goals. And then I changed my mind. Okay, I want to be a doctor. And then I changed my mind again. Okay, I want to be a yoga instructor. And it kept changing, and I was like, wait, is life goals always changing? I have these ideas in my head. Okay, what do you really want, Ivan? So I thought like, I want to be happy. Yeah, exactly. I want to be happy. So the points of today's videos, actually I want to share to you guys how I what is that, not perceive my life goals, but it's more like how I okay, let's say how I perceive my life goals to be happy. So how I get to this happier stage of my life. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm like 100% always happy, or I'm in a higher level of happiness or something like that. No, but I just want to share this some of tips that I use in my experience, in my opinion. How do I perceive happiness in my life? Yeah, that's a word. So yeah, I'm going to start with number one. So the tips number one that I that it actually works for me is try to reconnect with myself. So yeah, lately I've been doing a lot of meditation and yoga, and yeah, like the thing that I always mention in my social media, I do practice self-love and self-acceptance. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, what it means by reconnect to yourself. So for me personally, you know, I think you have heard this term before. Have you ever heard about listening to yourself? Of course, right? So since I started my yoga journey, yeah, I decided to listen to myself more. And then at first I don't really understand what is that means. What is listening to myself means? Is it like I'm talking and I'm just listening? What does that mean? I don't understand that. But then since the time passed, I realized this. Listening to yourself um, means that you know what you want, you know what your bodies want. Okay, so I really love the idea of listening to yourself. I love the idea of listening to your soul and give what it needs. Like, you know, in my case, I do like recently I do a lot of meditation and just be you know, just give myself a little bit of space, a little quiet moment, so I can listen to myself better. And it really helped actually. Like at first I thought like, meditation is not my things, it's not my things, like being quiet, it's just not my things, because I like to talk, I like to, you know, like be active. But then I tried meditation and I was like, this is great. Yeah, this is really great. If you want to listen to yourself more, and you just, you know, like keep silent and let it, you know, like the emotion is suddenly just appear, and it just tells you what it wants. Like for me, okay, I'll give this example to you. So when I just felt overwhelmed about everything, about my job, my boss mad at me, or you know, like something just like the unexpected things happens to my life, I was just like, okay, I need meditation, I need to reconnect to myself. Okay, so yeah, instead of depressed, instead of stressed, like previously I did, you know, I was like overwhelmed by stress a lot, and I would just cry. um, yeah, but now I was like, okay, give it a time, give it a break, and just do meditate a little bit, and it's gonna be okay. So it actually works well. Yeah, I start meditating when I don't feel good, and yeah, it helps so much. Maybe it's gonna be work for you too. And yeah, it helped me to actually come back to my neutral mood, neutral feeling. Like I feel happy again after that. Not directly, it takes times, right, to be on a mood again. But yeah, meditation helped me a lot. So maybe the first tips was is meditation. Beside that, how I reconnect to myself is I do mindful movement. I do yoga a lot. Yeah, I do workout too, but I do more yoga because you know, it's like it involves emotion. I like to do my yoga with some kinds of slow music. It depends on my mood, so yeah, I just listen to myself. What do you want today, Yvonne? And I was like, slow movement. Okay, you got it. Yeah. So yeah, that's the first step. Is reconnect more to yourself. Listen to what yourself really want, and give it what it wants. So yeah. Okay, so let's get into the second tips of me being happy. Yeah, what makes me happy? The second one is going out to the nature. So it's more like reconnecting myself to the source energy, if you can say. Yeah. Um, so going out to the nature give me a different kinds of feeling. It is happiness. It is happiness, but it's just like you know, when you go out to nature and see some greens, and you just feel like, wow, this is great. Like it's kind of peaceful and happy and refreshing at the same time. It's just like you got everything you want there, because you know, we come from nature, right? So yeah, I really appreciate it that yeah, now I live in Bali, so can you imagine that, like a really great nature. So the beaches are nice, and then we have like a lot of waterfalls, and yeah, it's just great to be able to reconnect myself with the nature, and yeah, it just keeps me happy. So yeah, I love to travel to a new secluded places, if you can say. Yeah, and I love waterfalls, and it just gives me the energy of um, newness, you know, like It's just refreshing. So yeah, I love that. So reconnect myself with the nature is the second things that keep me happy. Okay, so next, I don't know. I really have no preparation for making this video actually. So I just paused it and everything. Okay, what is the next? What is the next? Yeah, I used to be a very well prepared person, but regarding to this, like sharing what makes me happy, it's actually something it has to be like flow, you know. So yeah, now I'm thinking, what is the third one? Okay, so the third one is recently I love reading self-help book. Like I love reading books since I was like a kid or something, but yeah, it's more into I read a lot of novels and poetry, and you know, like more into fiction things. But since I grew up, I decided to um, read more about like self-development book. So yeah, so books really help me a lot. So feeling yourself is something positive is great. I mean, it's great. Is it the fourth tips that I do in my experience to be happier is letting my, what's that, like enjoying my, yeah, it's enjoying my own company. So I don't know, like lately I don't really want to go with um someone else somewhere. Like previously it really depends on someone else. You know, I don't want to go somewhere alone. I'm not comfortable with someone looking at me, or I'm not comfortable with just being alone. But recently I've been like enjoying myself a lot. Yeah, I went to the cafe and it's sitting there and it's just me, and yeah, I can do whatever I want. I make a journal, or I just listening to my audiobook and enjoying the food without um the obligation to talk to anyone. Like I love that, guys. I love that things now. Yeah, it takes time to be used to it. Yeah, to get used to it. But when you used to it, it's worth it. I don't say that you have to leave your friends. I don't say that you have to do all things alone. No, it's just like give this kinds of experience. You know, like if you depending on someone else, give yourself time to love your own company. You know, like if you love your own company, then someone else will. Like if you don't even if you're not feel comfortable with your own self, then how could you expect anyone will, right? And I was like, yeah. So I decided to give myself time to understand myself better, to understand what is it like to be with me, like, you know, yeah. And I ended up enjoying it so much. Yeah, I went to the beach myself, I swim, and it just feels great. So yeah. Okay, so the next tips is don't be too hard to yourself. Like I used to be so hard to myself. I blame myself a lot, and it's hard for me to accept myself as it is. Like you know, like I complain a lot about me. Yeah, so I think being able to forgive yourself, yeah, being able to forgive yourself and being able to accept just the way you are is really important to be happy in your life. Yeah, I just started a new job, and then every time I make mistakes, I was like, okay, I should forgive myself. Everyone make mistake, and sometimes I still be like, oh, come on, Ivan, why you make mistakes? And but then someone just come to me, and I was like, Ivan, don't be too hard to yourself. And I was like, that's true. It's a good reminder. Don't be too hard to yourself, because you deserve to be happy. Like, yeah, I deserve to be happy, and I don't want to be hard to myself, because it's all I have. Like, me is all I have. Okay, so the last tips is giving yourself a vulnerable space. So everyone have that feeling when you just feel sad, you just don't feel like 100%, and you just don't feel great. So let yourself feel that feeling, and then just accept it, and it will just gone. It just takes some time, but it will gone. So yeah, I did cry. Like, to be honest, yeah. So I did cry when I do meditation, when I just feel like so much overwhelmed, like so much going on in my head, and I just do meditation and I just cry. I let myself like really release that kinds of emotion from my body, and I feel so much better after that. So I think letting yourself feel vulnerable is, sorry, it's hard for me to pronounce vulnerable, like vulnerable, yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, so letting yourself in that space, like giving yourself space to feel sad, to feel you know, because we will not like happy like all the time, right? And at some point we also feel sad, and then lonely, and yeah, that kinds of feeling that like, wow, I just don't feel great today, I don't know what happened, and you know, that kind of feeling. So just let's just give yourself a little bit of space, and then just yeah, it will just gone. For me personally, I used to have that kinds of feeling like, okay, the longest was about 3 days or something. Yeah, 3 days. I just don't feel good, like I don't feel great, and then yeah, I let myself feel that way, and not force this to be like soon to be happy, but I was like, okay, I give myself time, it's gonna be okay, I will be better soon. So yeah, so letting yourself be in that vulnerable space is really needed, actually. Okay. I think that's all for today. I don't know, I was just like thinking about this, and I only have that idea for now, so I'm gonna make another video if I have another idea pops up in my head. And yeah, for now that's all, because I have to go somewhere else now. I'm planning to take myself into a solo trip to some beaches in the west of Bali. So yeah, I'm gonna go there, and we'll talk to you again in the next occasion. Okay, so thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.